I'm Mysterious Person Behind the Screen. So we're at the first episode of Batman the Animated Series on Leather Wings, and as an episode, it's good. As a start to the series, it's pretty darn good. But as an episode, it's just kind of fairly generic and sort of almost like going through the motions. But even though it's the first episode, and as a start to the series, it's absolutely brilliant, and we get what the show's going to be just from the opening shot. The opening shot of just this the camera panning across loads of black clouds, and then you just see an airship flying along. You see that, and you're like, yeah, this is Batman the Animated Series. You know, the animated series coined that airship look. It's like the Art Deco 20s look. It was, and immediately you see that from this first episode alone, and like the style and look of this is amazing overall. Like, there's a shot I absolutely love. It's just this moon filling up the sky. Batman's hanging onto Man-Bat via his grappling hook. It's around Man-Bat's leg, and he's being dragged around by Man-Bat across the sky, and you just see the silhouette of Man-Bat and Batman just like flying across the moon like E.T. style, and like going like just really roughly flying across the moon. It's a gorgeous animated shot. It's just absolutely amazing. It's lovely shot. I just finished rewatching this just now on Leather Wings, and actually, like, something I noticed, that this is kind of the generic Man-Bat story. You know, Batman finds that a Man-Bat creature is causing trouble around Gotham, discovers that it was actually a person, cures Man-Bat, and then everything's happy. This one sort of has the added element of the sort of, like, the police are sort of looking for him as well. Like, the police are sort of against Batman, and there's a big set piece where they try and kill Batman, where he's like, it's when he breaks into the lab, and there's the police are just coming for him, they're trying to kill him. So that's a cool element that isn't necessarily in other Man-Bat stories. And in terms of Man-Bat in this episode, I think he's pretty good. It's a pretty cool design, and actually the transformation at the end, like where he actually turns into Man-Bat, is actually pretty horrifying. Like, you just see his face morph into Man-Bat, and his eyes just go yellow. It's pretty dark and scary, actually. And this is definitely one of the darker episodes in the series. Compare that to next time, where looking at one of the most light-hearted episodes of the series, it's quite a contrast. But I think you needed quite a dark episode to open Batman the Animated Series, because you need to sell to people what the show's going to be like. And Gordon is in it, and Harvey Bullock are in it a lot more than I remembered. In fact, I suppose I could say this episode is a bit forgettable, because I've seen it quite a lot, and this time just rewatching it now, I couldn't remember any of it. Like, I couldn't remember any of the stuff with the police. But in terms of set piece wise, we got some good stuff in here. We got obviously the action set piece at the lab. Obviously the Man-Bat and Batman hanging chase thing. Like I said earlier, with the moon, with that gorgeous shot. They go through a construction yard at one point, which is pretty awesome. And we got some good stuff in here overall. There's like you can sort of tell it's the first episode, because there's at least 2-minute long montage of just Batman getting into his Batmobile and driving to the lab with the familiar theme playing, like the da 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 da. You can sort of tell it's the first episode, because it's kind of setting up all that. And like, we've got some cool stuff in here though. We've got Bruce Wayne visiting the zoo. We have got Batman being a detective, like, because he analysing the noise that Man-Bat made. It's pretty cool to see that just straight from the first episode. So, as I say, it's a fairly generic episode. Nothing stand out overall. Like, they could have done something so much more. But then again, as the first episode is pretty brilliant, how it introduces all of this stuff, and then it just gets sort of escalated in the next episode where introducing Joker, even though it's in a sort of light-hearted way. So I suppose I'd give On Leather Wings, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I don't want to rate these like become a regular thing, but I'll give it a 7. I think it's a good episode, fairly good start to the series. So join me next time, where we'll be spending Christmas with the Joker.